Hello students, let's begin with a new topic that is called local area network, baseband and broadband of LAN. On my previous video, we will learn about what is local area network, what are the different features of local area network, what are the primary attributes used in local area network or LAN characteristics. So let's begin with the recap concept of local area network. As you know that local area network is a private network that connect computers and other peripheral devices with a limited area like a residence, an office or a building or a campus. It is a small scale networking. So these are used to connect personal computers to printers and other hardware related components. The size of the local area network is limited in a small geographical area. The data transfer rate is generally high because the limited resources or limited computers or personal computers are interrelated with each other. The number of computers connected to a LAN is usually restricted, and the basic you can say the greatest attributes of LAN is that it may use installed simply, upgraded and as well as expandable with little difficulties and move or rearranged without any difficulty. So there are different type of features there like in local area network or the different types of LANs are there. We will discuss about two of its type, that is baseband and broadband of LAN. So let's begin with this concept. Broadband, a communication medium that can carry a wide range of signals or signal frequencies, typically from audio up to the video frequencies. So basically broadband or broadband connection or communication medium is widely implemented for wide range of signal frequencies. In telecommunication, the significance of a broadband system is that it can carry television and video conferencing data as well as the voice calls. Nowadays, we are normally rely with or normally uh, implemented with the broadband communication mechanism or the broadband communication technology. So that's why by using this particular, like you can say the communication medium, we go with or we normally view certain particular television signals, video conferencing of data, and as well as voice calls. So mobile phones or mobile as well as your television, this type of devices can widely implemented with this communication medium. A broadband medium can be made to carry many signal at once by apportioning its total bandwidth into many independent channels, each of which carries only a specific range of frequencies. यहाँ पे अगर हम लोग एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल लेंगे, जैसे कि हम लोग टेलीविजन में डिफरेंट चैनल्स को या चैनल्स को हम लोग सब्सक्राइब करते हैं या व्यू करते हैं. So it is normally in a pack. So more than one like service provider having more than one like channels. So यहाँ पे क्या होता है जैसे कि many particularly signals को वो combined फॉर्म में लाता है और every individual particularly channels का एक specific bandwidth होता है और उसी frequency mode में हम लोग उस चीज particularly channel को व्यू करते हैं या उस particular channel को यूज करते हैं. In contrast, the baseband can carry only a signal or carry only a single channel. That is basically normally at a time one signal can be communicated from one end to another end, that is one node to another end. So there are different particularly concepts like you can say ATM, like ADL, SL and cable TV are all particularly broadband media. So basically, as I said earlier, there are two types of LAN transmission options there. One thing is called baseband, another thing is called broadband. And baseband LANs, which is the most prevalent, that is, or you can say the common for far, is a single channel system that support a single transmission at a given time. It means that by using the baseband communication medium, we can communicate between two subsequent devices for a single transmission or a single channel communication in a specified or in a given time. But on the other side, the broadband LANs, which are most unusual, support multiple transmission via multiple frequency channels. In this case, the broadband normally consisting of more than one channel in a combined form, and after that it can transmit the subsequent like group of signals to the endpoint systems or endpoint nodes. So it basically simultaneously process between subsequent nodes. So this is the simple example or simple image or diagram of a baseband LAN and as well as broadband LAN. So baseband may use UTP, that is you can say different type of cables are there, unsealed cables there, coaxial cables are there, like fiber optical cables are there. So this type of cables are widely implemented with the baseband LAN or baseband communication medium. But on the other side, the broadband uses the coaxial cable because basically there are certain signals there, that is 1, 2 and 3, there are certain signal or channels there. It can actually communicate in the wave form. So that's why it is basically the analog signal can be communicated from one end to another end in the case of broadband particularly connection. But on the other side, baseband widely implement with the digital communication of signals or transmitting signals from one end to another end. So let's begin with the concept of broadband LAN. So it is basically like multi-channel analog LANs, typically based on coaxial cable as the transmission medium, although it can widely implement with the fiber optical cable also. So generally your local area network, like using the broadband communication medium, it is basically multi-channel. More than one channel can be like transmitted over a particularly like medium, and basically it is used or widely implemented with coaxial cable, and sometimes it may be used the optical fiber cable also. Individual channels offer bandwidth of 1 to 5 megabits per second, with 20 or 30 channels typically support. So this is a basic limitation. So maximum particularly the bandwidth of this particularly like medium is called 1 to 5 megabits per second, and up to 20 to 30 channels typically supports. And aggregate bandwidth of particularly of this particular communication medium is normally 500 megahertz. And the characteristics of the first particular medium. So digital signal modulated onto RF carrier, that is normally called the analog implementation. And like second point says that channel allocation based on the frequency divisional or FDM concept, frequency divisional multiplexing concepts. Head to head, one head and particular bidirectional transmission, it is bidirectional transmission communication, like stations connected via RF medium, that is basically radio modem accomplished to digital to analog conversion process, providing the transmitting device access to an analog signal channel. So basically it used widely with the radio modem accomplished, that is digital to analog conversion processes happen in this particularly communication mode, and signal particularly traveling distance along, because you know that radio signal can pass over some distance, or you can say normally the signal which is passed in this particular medium is normally like the distance is very long. And the last one, normally frequency divisional multiplexing is possible in this case. And second is called the baseband LAN. Baseband LAN is normally called a single channel, or you can say single channel medium, support a single communication at a time. It is normally like single channel communication mode, and it can support a single communication at a time. So they are digital in nature, basically digital communication between two ends, and total bandwidth of 1 to 100 megabits per second is provided over coaxial cable like UTP, STP, or fiber optical cables. These are the different cable which are normally we were discussed about in the previous videos. And distance limitation depend on the medium employed and the specifies and it specifies of the local area LAN or local area network protocol. The different type of protocols are widely implemented with this, and that's why it is called the डिस्टेंस लिमिटेशन. ये डिपेंड कर रहा है आपका नॉर्मली डिस्टेंस को लिमिट करने के लिए, जैसे कि पहले मैं बताया हूँ, ये आपका एक बेसिक पर्टिकुलरली जो नेटवर्क कम्युनिकेशन होता है एक रेसिडेंस में या नॉर्मल एक कैंपस के अंदर या कॉलेज या यूनिवर्सिटी के अंदर वाइडली इंप्लीमेंट होता है. And baseband LAN physically, like baseband LAN physical topologies including like a ring, bus, tree, and as well as star. So these are the topological structures which are widely implemented with this technology or with this particular communication mode, that is baseband communication. And next is basically called baseband LANs are by far the most popular and the most highly standardized. It is mainly popular and standardized for communicating its data because it is point to point. One particularly node can communicate with other node in a single communication channel, and one particular signal can be like transmitted over the subsequent network. And Ethernet and token passing like token ring and as well as FDDI LANs are all baseband LANs. So these are the examples of the baseband LANs. Like Ethernet concept is there, which is normally widely implemented with the LAN technology, and token passing system is there, and token ring system is there. So these are widely implemented in local area network. So this is basically, these are the examples, or you can say these are widely implemented with the baseband communication, and they are intended only for data, as data communication is after all the primary reason for the existence of the LAN. So it is basically intending all only the data communication सिर्फ यहाँ पे होता है for data communication. So ये आपका सबसे पहला या primary reason होता है to use this type of particularly like LAN, that is called the baseband LAN. And some of the characteristics of this particularly, like on module digital signal, sorry, unmodulated digital signals. So it is not modulated, it is unmodulated signal आपका जो digital communication होगा. And obviously the characteristics is that it is a single channel communication and bidirectional, like propagation of signals. It is it is not unidirectional, it is bidirectional data communication. And stations connected via T connector. There are different type of connecting tools are there. That is one of that is called the T connector. And no need of modems. There is no required of any modems for modulating and demodulating of data. So that's why it is low cost installation and short distance particular signal traveling. So normally जब आपका distance small छोटा होता है, जैसे कि एक system से दूसरे system का जो geographical distance होता है वो आपका कम होता है, during that particularly you can say medium, we can use this type of like LANs. And entire bandwidth is for single signal transmission. So जितना भी बैंडविड्थ होता है ये आपका मल्टी बैंडविड्थ नहीं होता है या कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ बैंडविड्थ नहीं होता है, वो आपका जैसे कि मल्टीपल बैंडविड्थ की जगह पर ये सिंगल पर्टिकुलरली लाइक सिग्नल ट्रांसमिशन के ऊपर कंप्लीटली डिपेंड करता है. And next is basically called the difference between the baseband and the broadband. So as you know that baseband and broadband, all particular things are normally transmitted between two nodes. Either it may be first node with the second node. That's why this particularly transmission or the baseband and as well as broadband LAN widely implemented with for data communication or for data transmission over two nodes. And baseband technology transmits a single data or signal, like you can say the stream or channel at a time, while broadband technology transmit multiple data signals simultaneously at the same time. So one simple image there, that is one with the baseband, another thing is called the broadband. तो baseband में क्या होता है, जैसे कि आपका जो ट्रांसमिशन होगा डेटा, वो आपका दो अलग अलग मतलब सोर्स नोड और डेस्टिनेशन नोड के बीच आपका डेटा कम्युनिकेट होगा. सो आपका जो सिग्नल पास होगा वो सिंगल होगा. सो आपका नॉर्मली एक सिंगल पर्टिकुलरली सिग्नल या स्ट्रीम या चैनल कैन बी कम्युनिकेटिंग बिटवीन द source node and as well as the destination node. But on the other side, in the case of, that is the right side image says that, so broadband में क्या होता है, more than one signals can be transmit over a subsequence, like you can say network, like one point to another point, that is source to destination. सो बेसिकली जैसे कि यहाँ पे हम लोग जो बताया, बेसबैंड में आपका सिंगल कम्युनिकेशन चैनल्स का इंप्लीमेंट होता है, और लाइक ब्रॉडबैंड में आपका मल्टी चैनल या मल्टीपल सिग्नल्स का इंप्लीमेंट होता है सोर्स टू डेस्टिनेशन के बीच. सो इट इज अ सिंपल पर्टिकुलरली like example of baseband and as well as broadband. On the left side, that is called the example of the ब्रॉडबैंड एंड द राइट साइड इज नॉर्मली कॉल्ड द एग्जांपल ऑफ द बेसबैंड. तो यहाँ पे दो अलग अलग आपका इमेज शो कर रहा है. लेफ्ट साइड इमेज जहाँ पे आपका ब्रॉडबैंड का डिफाइन किया गया है, वो आपका एक हाईवे है, एंड दूसरे साइड में आपका जो बेसबैंड का इम्प्लीमेंटेशन हुआ है, वो आपका एक रेलवे ट्रैक है या ट्रेन ट्रैक है. जैसे कि आपको नॉर्मली यहाँ पे एक छोटा सा मतलब एग्जांपल हम लोग देंगे, आपको ये पता होगा, लाइक पर्टिकुलरली कंसीडर द बेसबैंड एज द रेलवे ट्रैक and as well as the broadband as the highway. So in this case, like at a time only one train can go on a particular track. जैसे कि रेलवे ट्रैक में क्या होता है, at a time एक ही ट्रेन आपका कम्युनिकेट कर सकता है एक सोर्स से डेस्टिनेशन को. एंड पर्टिकुलरली यहाँ पे भी वही होता है, जैसे कि आपका बेसबैंड में क्या होता है, एक सिग्नल, वन सिग्नल can communicate at a time from source to destination. So that's why, like only one train can go on a particular track. In the particular baseband transmission, only one data signal can be transmitted at a time. So on the other side, in the case of highway, so highway is basically normally communicate with the multiple vehicles can be simultaneously. So more than one particular vehicle can communicate from source to destination simultaneously, because हाईवे में जो होता है डिफरेंट डिफरेंट ट्रैक्स होता है या नंबर ऑफ ट्रैक्स होता है, लाइक लाइट व्हीकल या हैवी व्हीकल के हिसाब से आपका एक से ज्यादा व्हीकल एट ए टाइम मूव कर सकता है आपका सोर्स टू डेस्टिनेशन में. Same as the way, particularly same as the highway, like in the broadband transmission, multiple data signals can be transmitted simultaneously at a subsequent time, at a particular time. At a time में आपका एक से ज्यादा सिग्नल्स आपका सोर्स टू डेस्टिनेशन में वो नॉर्मली कम्युनिकेट कर सकता है. तो बेसिकली जो आपका लाइक हाईवे होता है वो आपका ब्रॉडबैंड की तरह इंप्लीमेंट होता है, या जो आपका रेलवे ट्रैक जो होता है वो आपका बेसबैंड की तरह इंप्लीमेंट होता है. So on the next particular things there are certain technical differences also there. So technical difference में क्या होता है, basically like baseband technology uses the digital signals in the data transmission. इससे पहले स्लाइड में हम लोग देखे हैं, जैसे कि आपका जो बेसबैंड का जो टेक्नोलॉजी होता है वो आपका डिजिटल सिग्नल्स का आपका इंप्लीमेंट होता है फॉर कम्युनिकेटिंग और फॉर ट्रांसमिटिंग डेटा over a subsequent medium. So it sends the binary values directly as pulses of different voltage levels. So as you know that in digital communication, that is 0 and 1 is there, that is no pulse, and 1 is there, that is called for pulse. So that's why it sends binary values directly instead of using the wave concept, or you can say the analog signal. It can actually directly communicating with the digital signal. That's why it is normally consisting of the binary values of, on, yeah, no pulse and pulse. And second, normally the digital signal can be regenerated using repeaters in order to travel longer distance before weaken and become unusable because of the attenuation. It means आपका normally जब आपका signal flow होगा, so एक particularly like location या distance जब आपका signal travel होगा, तो वहां पे वो आपका fall down हो सकता है, वहां पे वो break हो सकता है. For that, we must require certain repeaters, like which can actually grab the signal and boost that thing and again resend the signal to its endpoints. And on the other side, the baseband supports bidirectional communication. It means this technology can send and as well as receive data simultaneously. So ये आपका नॉर्मली जो दो नोड के बीच आपका जो डेटा कम्युनिकेट होगा वो आपका सेंडर भी हो सकता है, रिसीवर भी हो सकता है. तो दैट्स व्हाई इट इज बेसिकली दिस टेक्नोलॉजी कैन सेंड एंड एज वेल एज रिसीव डेटा simultaneously. And it to support the bidirectional communication, this technology uses to separate electronic circuits together, one for sending and another for receiving the subsequent thing. आपको जैसे कि नॉर्मली पता होगा फुल डुप्लेक्स, हाफ डुप्लेक्स एंड सिंप्लेक्स मोड. फुल डुप्लेक्स में आपका क्या होता है, दो केबल आपका, एक सेंडर और मतलब सेंडिंग सिग्नल एंड रिसीविंग सिग्नल के लिए एक नोड से होता है, दूसरा आपका नोड से और एक पर्टिकुलर दो केबल का आपका इंप्लीमेंट होता है, दैट कैन आल्सो बीइंग यूटिलाइज्ड फॉर sending and as well as receiving the subsequent signals. And this is the simple particularly diagram, like a first node with the second node, like sending words and receiving words. So that's why it is the basic technical differences between baseband and broadband. And on the other side, like receiving words and sending words. So it is a two-way communications concept there. So basically, you know that broadband transmit only a single particularly data streams at a time. It is possible to transmit like signals of multiple nodes simultaneously. So जनरली एज आई से एलियर, बेसबैंड में आपका क्या होता है, दो नोड के बीच आपका कम्युनिकेशन होता है और वो आपका नॉर्मली सिग्नल आपका एक नोड से दूसरा एंड को जाता है, एक सिंगल चैनल की तरह या सिंगल सिग्नल की तरह आपका कम्युनिकेट करता है. बट इन दिस केस लाइक ओनली particularly a single data stream at a time. It can transmit a single data stream or data signal at a time. So it is possible to transmit signals by multiple nodes simultaneously. For that, this is done by combining all the signals into a single data stream. तो यहाँ पे आपको क्या करना होगा, जैसे more than one signal can be combined in a single particular data stream. To combine the signals of the subsequent multiple nodes, a technology which are widely implemented is called multiplexing. So as you know that multiplexing mux and demux is there. Multiplexing का meaning क्या होता है, like many signal can be converting into single signal, that is many is to one. So many is to one signal मतलब many signal converting into the one signal, and after that the one signal can be communicated over the subsequent medium from one node to another node. So basically यहाँ पे जो बेसबैंड का जो ये जो कॉन्सेप्ट इंप्लीमेंट होता है, तो बेसबैंड सपोर्ट्स दैट टीडीएम, दैट इज कॉल्ड बेसिकली टाइम डिविजनल मल्टीप्लेक्सिंग का वाइड इंप्लीमेंट होता है. सो आई होप सो, जैसे कि ये जो डिफरेंट डिफरेंट आपका इंप्लीमेंटेशन या जो स्लाइड्स वगैरह आपका यहाँ पे प्रेजेंट हुआ है, लाइक इट इज ऑल अबाउट द बेसबैंड एंड एज वेल एज ब्रॉडबैंड. थैंक यू.